Hello guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as we're going to be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So hopefully you guys are checking out those streams. Sending out some messages as we get after some of this great bingo right here in front of us.
Absolutely. So stick around and get enrolled as we can't wait to start giving out these awesome jackpot prizes. But we need to highlight the players that have already taken home some jackpots. As just yesterday, we started our week off as we gave out one single jackpot prize over $600. We gave out a ton of prizes, not just only one of that jackpot caliber, as we ended up going out to buy Bitcoin over at the Full Tilt Tavern. As buy Bitcoin at the Full Tilt Tavern gets to take home $8,351 just yesterday while playing. Congratulations to that awesome player.
A great win for you by Bitcoin, as $8,000, not too shabby. As we work on some great prizes here, a $61 minor jackpot at $52 or less can only be won at the 52nd ball, as at 51 balls or less, you'll be taking home the major jackpot of $3,835. $48. And then we also have that awesome mega jackpot as well. 49 balls or less at $49,970. That's closing in on 50 grand. As soon as it does that, that'll be clicking up in ball count. So should be a great day of bingo action as we get after it. But if you guys enjoy playing this awesome bingo, you should check out our Facebook page.
That's right. If you head on over to Facebook, search up Pilot Games, and give us a like and follow. That way you can stay up to date with all of our weekly bingo schedules, seeing if we have any great event details going on, where those giant progressives have grown to, and even more. We've got a link tree right at the top of our Facebook page, where if you go and click it, it has direct links to all of our other social medias, including Twitter and Instagram, all of our streaming platforms for you to go and check out, pgl.world, as well as all the locations around Minnesota that you guys can go and play Pilot Games in person at, conveniently listed for you there as well. Definitely the hub of all things Pilot Games. Go and check out our Facebook page today.
Absolutely. We love that Facebook page and all the great info that you guys can get from it. As just recently, I'm pretty sure it's updating you guys on the awesome bingo schedule that's coming up tonight, that MegaSota game night action, which I think a lot of us are excited for. I know I'm excited to see what kind of prizes go out during that time, as it doesn't look like they've highlighted it just yet. So stay up to date with the Pilot Games action, as they should be telling you guys that bingo schedule. But if you guys just want to hear it right here from us, we'll be going over our entire bingo schedule in just a few seconds. But before we get into that bingo schedule, we should be giving out this prize very, very soon, as we are already at 56 balls dropped in this matchup, meaning we have moved past that minor, major, and mega prize. Waiting to see which one of our awesome players can take home $7.30 on our must-go win, as we finally have players one ball away.
Absolutely, as we've got Yags 370 and Manny in line to take it home. We'll have to see if either of these lucky players or if anyone else out there will be our first game day bingo lunchtime winner here. We can't wait, as we will be here live with you guys for the next 12 games. So hopefully you guys are sticking around, as we have even more jackpot prizes on the line, as El Jefe over at the JD's Outpost Bar and Grill gets to take home that first must-go prize, $7.30 getting sent out to you. Congratulations in this first round of Game Day Bingo. Make sure you get enrolled in this next game, our game number 2, as that minor jackpot will hopefully be closing in on $100, as it sits at 54 balls or less getting into this next game.
Should be a blast. As we and Jordy continue to play this Game Day Bingo, we will be live from 12 all the way till 1 p.m. This will be the second of 12 matchups of Game Day Bingo that me and Jordy live host with you guys, as we will then head off air and give you guys an opportunity to play some Lucky 4 Bingo at 1 o'clock. That Lucky 4 Bingo game has the largest jackpot available of the day, even bigger than that $49,000 mega prize, as it sits at $68,009 on that awesome prize, as well as 42 cents there as well.
To be exact.
Yeah, to be exact on that game. And that's before anybody even gets enrolled into that matchup. So it'll be even larger by the time you play at 1 p.m. So make sure you guys are coming out for all the great bingo, as we'll continue highlighting the post 1 p.m. bingo.
Absolutely, as you jump into some more great Game Day Bingo from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. as you continue going after that minor, major, and mega jackpot prize, whatever they continue to grow to. Then at 4 p.m., if that prize did not go out in Lucky 4 Bingo, don't worry, you have another chance at that 4 p.m. time to take home that over $68,000 jackpot prize, as it'll be growing even higher into that 4 p.m. game if it didn't go out earlier in the day. Make sure you guys come on out, because after that starts the happiest hours of the day, some may say, as from 4 to 6 you play through some great happy hour bingo that goes game day bingo, running from that 4 to 6 time, as you continue trying to take home these great prizes for yourself.
At 6 o'clock, you will then get your next matchup of Lucky 4 Bingo, your final 6 p.m. matchup of the week, before we we get into some great Pilot Payday, as Pilot Payday likes to replace that Lucky 4 bingo on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday. But tonight at 6 p.m., you will still get a shot at that $68,000 if it didn't go out at 1 or at 4 p.m. You'll then continue to play more Game Day Bingo afterwards. That normally runs from 6 all the way till 10 p.m., but today it will be a little different, as tonight is a MegaSota game night. That will get started at 6:40 p.m. tonight, and it should be a blast as we try and give out some of these great prizes starting at 6:40 with a little lucky sevens high-low action, where the best player in the state will take home a first-place prize, but the fun switch-up of a high-low game is the worst player in the state will take the exact same prize home. At 6:55, we'll play a little fishing derby action where we try and reel in that largemouth and smallmouth jackpot. 2 games of Game Day Bingo, as you'll then play at 7:25, open season action. 7:50 is Meso Perch, as you'll end off your specialty games with a grand finale game of Jackpot Jungle at 8:05, where you could take home a $27,688 prize in 54 balls or less. Afterwards, you'll hop into more Game Day Bingo. That'll finish off till 10 p.m. Should be a great PGL specialty night.
Absolutely, and it's a great way to kick off this holiday week. And if you guys want another great specialty night, make sure you guys come on out tomorrow and each and every Wednesday that you can. At 7 p.m. at night, we have our Wild Wednesdays that gets kickstarted off, as we have some awesome tournament-style games that you guys will play through then as well to award you not just those great jackpot prizes, but those PGL points if you're signed up and a member of the Pilot Gambling League. Super fun stuff, so make sure you guys come on out tonight at 6:40 and tomorrow at 7 each and every week to try your hand at our awesome PGL matchups.
It's definitely a great time there, and make sure you're signed up at pgl.world if you plan on coming out for either of those fantastic nights. We are coming down to the last little bit, as CEO is still in line to be able to take home this minor jackpot. Now they will need the lucky 2 balls to fall, as B7 as well as G57 would have to be those lucky balls, but it's not happening here. We're moving on to that must-go prize of $21.40, as that minor jackpot heading into game number 3 will be clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we continue to compete, as $21 is hitting a lucky player's iPad.
That's right, as it's going out to Manny over at VFW Rochester. Congratulations going out to Manny. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in this next round, and congrats on that $21 headed your way. When you think of the name Manny, who in cinema do you think of?
Oh, I think of the character in
Modern Family.
Modern Family. Yeah, that's who I think of. That's the Manny I've watched the most of, kind of thing. If I'm thinking of just general people,
Yeah.
though, I think of Manny Pacquiao, the boxer. That's probably the number one Manny that comes to my in my head.
Not Handy?
Huh?
Not Handy? Manny? You never watched Handy Manny?
Is that like a Bob the Builder
Yes.
offshoot kind of thing? Yeah, no.
It's not from the same universe.
Is it
and
the
it's
one with
different
the
animation.
talking tools?
I don't remember if there's talking tools in Handy Manny.
I think they're the computer-generated talking tools. I think my little brother watched it, but I really didn't like
you're
it.
confusing me.
I could be thinking of something completely different. Because mine. Yes.
Yes, they are animated.
Okay. That's what I was.
Oh my.
With the talking
goodness.
tools. The talking tools are the star of the show in Handy Manny. It's
Yeah.
not Manny who really does anything in the
Really,
show.
'cause I remembered Manny. That's crazy. It's crazy that it came out in 2006 and I still was watching it.
Yeah. My little brother really enjoyed this, but I was.
This is one of those that was on teetering too young for us, but I still consumed.
It's so funny because usually these are the things that I like reference, and you're like, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, that's what made me think of this.
Yeah, but this, it was it was on Disney Junior.
Yes, Turner, Felipe, Rusty.
Yeah, great show actually. But yeah, no, I do not think of Handy Manny when I think of that. It just was not in my show
Manny from
repertoire.
Modern Family was the first one I thought of, but Handy Manny was a quick second, so I wanted to know if he came to your mindset.
No, I would have never even remembered him if it wasn't for you referencing him right there. And it took me a
Just
second to
another
even put
reason
together.
to love your little brother more.
Yeah, he loved a lot of those shows. Great.
Gabriel's slowly becoming my favorite.
That's glad to know that.
Sophie, don't listen to this.
Yeah. But that's great stuff. Great job to you, Manny, getting that great win there. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao is probably the Manny I think of. He was the biggest boxer at the time when I first started watching boxing. It was back when my first boxing match I ever watched live was the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight, which was a real snooze fest, as they're both just very defensive boxers. But so Manny Pacquiao, and he's just a really cool guy. Manny Pacquiao. He's like the governor now of wherever he's from. He's like
Really?
he's a really, really cool. If you look at all the things he's done,
The more you know.
yeah. Hopefully there hasn't been a scandal that's came out since then, but
You never know.
it's so hard for me to keep up with all those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Manny Pacquiao's the first one. Then Manny from Modern Family is the second
He
on
was
the
my first.
Mannys that I think of. But I do love little Manny from.
Absolutely. I am a big fan of that actor in general, and we even just saw a super funny cameo of him in a horrible movie.
An epic movie.
Epic movie! That's what it was.
Yeah.
He plays a young luchador.
Yes, in the reference to Nacho Libre within
Yes.
that epic movie. Super funny stuff. That's those parody movies always get a good giggle out of me.
It was
Especially
crazy when I saw his face come on screen.
It was because all those epic movies feel like they should be before his time.
Well, he is
all
like
those-
a child in it.
Oh, he's so
'cause it's
itty-bitty.
2006 or whatever. that
And then they
came
have his
out,
stunt
but-
double be just like an actual grown man,
Stop when they showed the hands of
like
the
a
tag.
hairy grown man hand.
I'm like, that's a man with dwarfism.
Yeah,
That's not a child.
Yeah, absolutely wild. But hilarious.
Wild movie.
Epic movie. Super
Crazy call out right
inappropriate
there.
but funny. We do have 52 balls dropped in this matchup. We got lucky 1, 2 balls away. Well, can you get the lucky balls to fall in this matchup to take home $121.19? We will see right here as we'll be moving on to the must-go prize of $26.70, meaning that minor jackpot will be clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. But that's not the only thing that'll be clicking up in this game, as also our mega jackpot will be clicking up from 49 to 50 balls or less.
Absolutely, as we have our winner here as Flyboy2 at the Crooked Pine Ale House gets to take home $26. Congratulations, going out to Flyboy2. You think that's like a dual man group, and there's Flyboy1 and Flyboy2,
Oh,
and the break dancers together?
is that what it is? That's I like that idea.
Because they're fly with it, you know?
Could work.
And
Could
if there's
work.
2, there's got to be 1.
Flyboy 2. Yeah. That could be. That could work. Well, great job to you on that one. I have nothing to add to that comment. But as we were talking about cinema, we could talk about some movies that were released on today. Our first one, an absolute classic in 1997, we got Alien Resurrection, starring Sigourney Weaver, Winona Ryder, Ron Perlman, and other fantastic actors and actresses. The saga continues 200 years after Ripley sacrificed herself for the sake of humanity. Her erstwhile employers long gone. This time it is the military that resurrects the one-woman killing machine through genetic cloning to extract the alien from within her. But during the process, her DNA is fused with the Queen, and the aliens escape. Now, Ripley must decide where her allegiance lies.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, you're pretty far gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's a crazy. It's fun to just add to the Alien franchise. It's a very interesting franchise within it, as there's a lot of different movies.
Oh, yeah. There are quite a few different Alien movies that came from this. I mean, it started all the way back in 1979, and we still have movies coming out to this day. This has been going on for so long, over 40 years.
Yeah.
This
I heard
franchise
Alien
has been going
Romulus is
on.
really good, and I still have yet to watch it, even though it came out this year.
I'm a big fan of Sigourney Weaver in general, and so I definitely want to re-watch this before I watch the new one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I completely agree. I would like to watch through 1 through 3 in particular.
Hmm.
I would like to see as those are really iconic. Then I think Resurrection is the first one after the third one that came out, if I'm not mistaken. As it takes a little break, and it just wasn't nearly as well received as the first three. But I really enjoyed those first three, and I'd love to rewatch it. As well as I'd like to rewatch the Alien versus Predator movie. I remember as a kid remembering this as like a really, really cool movie, but I don't know if I rewatched it
It's gonna hold up.
if it would still be one of those movies where I was like, oh, this is sick.
I remember watching this and thinking Predator was one of the coolest sci-fi creatures I had ever seen.
Yeah, Predator is just cool.
Predator is so cool, and I was like probably 7 years old, 8 years old that I watched
Uh-huh.
Alien versus Predator for the first time, and I remember just sitting there like, why aren't these real? And my parents would be like, "What is wrong with you? This is horrific. You should be scared watching this." And I just thought it was so cool.
No, it is. It is a cool one. The whole
Even the
Predator.
xenomorphs are so cool. Like, yeah, honestly, I think I'd be. I don't know. They're pretty terrifying if I saw both of them in person. I think if I saw a xenomorph in person, I would be more scared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For sure, that thing should not be on the physical planet.
The xenomorph.
Xenomorphs.
But an unmasked predator is absolutely disgusting as well.
Less scary to me than the xenomorph.
That's less scary than the xenomorph.
Yeah, the fact that it's got like no eyes and then that elongated head, I don't know.
The tail's super
The
creepy.
skeletal system looks like it's all on the outside. Not for me.
Yeah, it's an exoskeleton.
Yeah, Predator. When he has his mask off, I think it kind of he's not that scary to me. He kind of looks like a Star Wars creature.
He does look like a Star Wars
You
creature.
know?
I imagine it more realistic in that world kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree with you. A xenomorph is definitely the more freaky of the creatures.
Yeah.
Well, xenomorphs reign supreme on today as there's no Predator movies that came out, but Alien Resurrection came out on today in 1997.
Absolutely. And before we highlight this next film, we've got players one ball away from trying to take home this prize. We have moved past this minor, major, and mega jackpot prizes. We have $27.60 on this must-go prize, as it goes out to Sky King. They play over at the Crooked Pint Ale House in Waite Park as they get to take home that $27. Congratulations going out to Sky King.
Now, great win for you as we now get enrolled into this next game, the game number 5 with our minor jackpot, going to be sitting at 60 balls or less. Should be a blast as we get after, and as we do, we're going to highlight the 2003 movie Haunted Mansion.
Absolutely, this has a huge cast starring Eddie Murphy, Marsha Tomlinson. We've got Terrence Stamp, Wallace Shawn, Jennifer Tilly, and even Nathaniel Parker. This is one of my favorite Halloween Disney movies that have ever come out. This might be one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies just in general, that I just have such a love for it as a kid that it still holds up, honestly. I very much enjoy this movie. I know you don't necessarily feel that way, but that's all right. I had a lot of love for it. I really like the concept. I think the butler did a great job. I like that actor. Big fan.
Yeah, I've always been a bigger fan of Eddie Murphy as a voice actor than I have as an actual actor. Just as besides maybe Doolittle as a live action, I enjoyed. No, I kind of liked the Nutty Professor. Doolittle and Daddy
didn't.
Daycare were the two that like I loved of him being a live action actor for, and then outside of that, it really is his voice acting that really got me with
He did
him.
a vampire work with Angela Bassett. Vampire in Brooklyn.
That's hilarious.
Wow, and Angela Bassett's
John
pretty
Witherspoon
young.
is in it as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
I might have to watch
Directed
this.
by Wes Craven.
Oh my gosh, I gotta watch this.
That's hilarious.
Watch, this is gonna
Horror
be
comedy.
yeah, this is gonna become my favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's all I need to know. Sold.
You're like, if it's bad on Rotten Tomatoes,
It's
I'm gonna
probably
love it.
incredible. He's in. Oh wait, no, you're just looking at Angela Bassett movies. Yeah, I loved the Doolittle movies. For a portion, I fell off at some point, but they were fun. I gotta say, I think, yeah, Dolomite is my name. I forgot about that weird work.
Oh yeah, I did watch that one time.
Yeah,
I can't remember it
We
really
watched
at
it in
all.
like 2019 when it came out on
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
It's definitely a strange one of the most adult works that I've seen Eddie Murphy in. Definitely weird as I'm used to him in such a comedic role. But
But would you say Haunted Mansion is in your top 3 Eddie Murphy movies of all time?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a classic right
Haunted
there.
Mansion, Norbit, and probably Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare.
Those
would
are
be,
my 3.
Those would be your top 3. Is that in order? Like Daddy Daycare as number 1, Norbit as number 2, Haunted Mansion at number 3, or
Yeah.
that's what you'd say?
Yeah,
That's what
I'd
you'd
say that's a good order.
I would have guessed if I had to, put my you talk about your love for Haunted Mansion much more than I hear your love for Norbit. And so I was like, that's definitely debatable.
It is debatable. Yeah, I mean, I feel better talking about Haunted Mansion in a positive light. I feel less shame than I do when I talk about Norbit in spectacular lighting. Norbit's not a great movie.
No.
The comedy, not ideal, but it hits home for me.
But you loved Haunted Mansion, so that's a great one to highlight here, released on today in 2003. An Eddie Murphy classic.
Absolutely. And Jennifer Tilly as the woman in The Crystal Ball, Madame Leota, I absolutely love, as like the only other thing that she's in is like Bride of Chucky.
Yeah. No, I don't really know Jennifer Tilly from much other things. We got one
Ooh.
more movie that was released on today in history. In 2004, we have the comedy romance Four Christmases. That is star-studded.
I love this movie. This is my favorite Vince Vaughn movie. Other than that, I find him pretty unpalatable, really. Vince Vaughn is a hard swallow for me. But I am a big fan of
Hey,
this.
you can't say that. It's out to our Minnesota crowd. That's a Minnesota native right there, Vince Vaughn.
Love him in Four Christmases.
But Jon Favreau, one of his most interesting roles he's ever
Stop.
played in that
Yes,
one.
him and Katie Mixon makes an incredible pair.
Yeah, you also got Tim McGraw, Reese Witherspoon, other fun,
Kristen
Mary Steinberg.
Chenoweth. Oh, goodness. The list goes on. Robert Duvall is in this.
Lots of fun actors and actresses in this entire movie. So it's a cool one that we get to highlight here for Christmases. Before we get more into it, we do have our Must Go prize going out in this game, number 5, as $36.90 goes out to Flyboy 2 over the Crooked Pint Ale House, Waite Park. Congratulations to you, Flyboy 2, as we now get enrolled into our halfway point of these games, a game number 6. With that minor jackpot clicking up from 60 to 62 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this upcoming game.
Absolutely. And as we are getting enrolled in this next game, we are talking a little bit about Four Christmases. This is, in fact, about a couple as they have to divvy up their Christmas day between their 4 different in-laws and go spend Christmas throughout all of their different family households, as they have since kind of separated, and you get very different family dynamics depending on the house that you're at. And it's very comical as it unfolds. I gotta say, one of the things that I think puts me off Vince Vaughn is because he plays such a good, destructive boyfriend. Like,
He does.
He's
That's kind
in
of his
really,
number one.
yeah, bad, toxic relationships in a lot of his movies. And so for me watching him, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I totally get what you're talking
Like, he
about.
totally just, like, reeks of incompetence.
His rom-coms are
They're,
not
like,
my type
not
of rom-coms.
comedy. Like, The Breakup, I will never watch. I love Jennifer Aniston. I will never watch The Breakup.
Yeah, I like him in Wedding Crashers, Anchorman,
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Probably the best Vince Vaughn movie.
Is he good in Queen Pins? Did you ever watch Queen Pins?
Can't say I have, no.
Yeah, this would seem like a funny work. It's all about couponing and them like sharing their coupons, and it starts Kristen Bell and BB Rexa. in it, as you got a fun crew of actors and actresses.
That guy from Blackbird's in it.
Yeah, yeah, he's a funny. It's funny because that is his like one like horror role. Like a lot of times he's like a comedian. I think he's a stand-up comedian.
Well, I'll never look at him the same.
And exactly has completely ruined ever him playing a comedy role in my eyes because of his role in Blackbird is almost so hard.
He's a great actor. He's in stuff from Inside Out 2, like numerous
I
Disney
wonder if
works.
he voices in Inside Out too. That would be an interesting.
Oh, he's probably Embarrassment.
Yeah, yeah,
I
he is
knew
Embarrassment.
it!
You're right on the money. That's super
He
funny.
screams the Embarrassment character.
Yeah,
Not-
Maya Hawke's Anxiety. That's fun.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, so I need to watch it at some point.
Huh.
Yeah, you and watched it.
I took our nephew to his first time at the movie theater.
Yeah, to go watch it when it very
Yeah.
first came out, and then just because I have no reason to watch Inside Out too, I've never gotten around to it. But it's one that I want to watch at some point. I've heard some really good things about it. So
I really like the introduction into the new characters. Anxiety, ennui, and embarrassment are super, super fun to add in. I will say, though, it didn't hit as hard as the first one for me.
yeah, I get
I remember,
that.
like, crying in my high school classroom watching it for the first time.
Yeah, I feel like it was a really good concept, and you kind of knew more what you were getting into for Inside Out too. Where the first one you were like, oh, this is cute, and then it all was like, wow,
And, like,
that hits home.
Bilbo, like, you end up falling in love with, like, secondary characters, and they hurt a little bit harder than the characters introduced in the second one.
For sure, for sure. My favorite character casting is Phyllis playing
Sadness.
She's such a good Sadness. She's such a sweetheart
That's
of
an
a voice.
actress that I would like to run into, just like in
Just
person.
randomly,
Yeah.
that'd be a pretty awesome, just random run into.
I would absolutely love to meet her.
Yeah, one of your favorite characters from The Office. Am I correct?
Phyllis
Yeah.
is absolutely one of my favorite characters from The Office.
I just got a sweet little, because I know you hate Michael Scott. I almost sent it to you because it was one of those sweet moments of Pam was complaining about how nobody came to her art show, and then it clipped over to him showing up to her, being the only one that shows up to
The only
her.
redeeming quality about Michael Scott is his like secondary friendships, like the one-on-one side clips of him like not being the boss.
The amount he cares for everybody in that office.
Loves all those people, and I love his relationship with Pam specifically. I think is really, really entertaining. He always has her back. She's always got his, even when she doesn't want to be there, and it's great. I love his friendship with Jim. I like his friendship with Dwight a lot. Yeah, like I like his secondary relationships
It's
a lot.
just Dwight, him as a boss is the worst
Oh,
person
him
ever.
public speaking makes me want to gouge my eyes and ears out.
Yeah, I get that.
Just don't
But
put him in a public forum.
That's kind of the point of his character.
It's the whole point of his character.
We do have Flyboy 2 over the Crooked Pint Ale House Wait Park, taking home our win again, but missing out on the minor jackpot by one ball. Not too bad, though, as $51.20 is going out to you in this awesome game number 6, as we'll now be getting enrolled into our game number 7, now with a 64 ball or less minor jackpot, already at $338, and that's still growing as we get enrolled over the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Well, that is some awesome stuff on today, and congratulations to Flyboy 2 as they take home, I think, their third win of this lunchtime. Incredible stuff there. As we are getting enrolled, though, we would be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about our Vikings, as they are 9-2 on the season so far. Sam Darnold figured that the Vikings would recover the Bears' onside kick near the end of regulation, and he would only need to kneel. Though things got a little bit more complicated, he'll take this result. Darnold threw for 90 of his 330 yards in overtime to set up Parker Romo's game-ending 29-yard field goal, and Minnesota outlasted Chicago 30-27 on Sunday after giving up 11 points in the final 22 seconds of regulation. You're expecting to recover the onside kick and just take some knees, Darnold said. So your mindset is you've got to get ready to go back out there and execute at a high level, and I feel like our offense did a really good job of that, obviously in overtime. Darnold threw 2 touchdown passes. Jordan Addison caught 8 passes for a career-high 162 yards and a touchdown, while Jordan Addison had a
TJ Hawkinson.
Whoa. While TJ Hawkinson had 114 yards receiving for the Vikings, who remain 1 game behind Detroit in the rugged NFC North.
Cool. Well, I think we talked about it earlier in the game that we had to keep our eyes on Parker Romo in this matchup because we had never seen him in a high-intensity matchup. Well, he shows it right there as he is able to go out there and make the game-winning field goal for us to get the win. Huge stuff there. And calling it the rugged NFC North is the truth. I think it's the most competitive division in the NFL currently, as we have the Lions at 10-1, us at 9-2, and then we're only 1 game ahead of the Packers, who are 8-3. I thought we were going to be able to build up a little bit of a separation there between us and the Packers, but they were able to beat the 49ers this past week, a very good 49ers team. And so it is a tough division right there where it's a neck and neck. Nobody can drop a game or they're going to be going over the other one. And so it is intense here in the NFC North, and it's fun to be in this division as so many teams are so successful. I think the only division that's even close to as competitive record-wise as we are would be the AFC West. I think it's the AFC West. I could be so wrong on that. But the division with Chiefs, gosh, I'm blanking on all of them. Chiefs, Broncos, as well as the Chargers, and I think the Raiders are at the bottom of that division. But you got the Chiefs at 10-1, and then both the Chargers and the Broncos 7-win teams, and so they're a pretty competitive division. But still, like we talked about, 10-1, 9-2, and 8-3 doesn't compare. It is neck and neck. Everybody's going at it in this NFC North, and so each win is super important, and getting a win against one of our NFC North rivals, the Chicago Bears, even sweeter.
Absolutely, and hopefully we get another win under our belt this weekend as we have a game this Sunday as we go up against the Cardinals. It's a noon game. Should be some really exciting stuff as Ian and I will be here live for the first half of that awesome Vikings game. So make sure you guys come on out to show your support this Sunday at noon. And in the meantime, if you want to show your support, we actually have a great ETAB game that we have teamed up with the Minnesota Viking for, Vikings Victory. You guys can check it out wherever you play Pilot games, and even check out that Skull bonus round where all you have to do is pick a lucky letter and take home some huge prizes along the way.
It is a great time to play Vikings Victory, one of our personal favorites, as we are coming to an end of this game, as $359 should be hitting the lucky player's iPad very soon, as we got Brad, assuming it's Brad Pitt, and KC21 also right there as well.
Absolutely, yeah, we are 1 ball away. We'll have to see which of these lucky players is going to be able to take it home. We are trying to give out this minor jackpot prize at $359.46.
Split win.
As it gets split up between EBM as well as Brizo over at the Atomic Star Tavern and EBM over at the Serum's Good Time Emporium. Congratulations as you both split up that awesome minor jackpot prize. We'll have $75 getting tacked on to this next round for a double Musco prize. Congratulations once again, and make sure to continue to get enrolled. That Serum Good Time Emporium seems like they would have some awesome cocktails.
Oh, if they don't, I would be quite disappointed. I also want to go to the Atomic Star Tavern. That seems like a fun one as well.
There are so many of these locations that just call out our names.
Absolutely.
As we call out theirs.
Yeah, literally. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled into this game, and we'd love to talk about what you guys are earning points for. The game day bingo standings. They've been super competitive, and starting off our player standings, we got in 10th place Mike over at American Legion Brooklyn Center with 86,000 points. With 90,000 points in 9th place, we got Fast Eddie over at Hiller's Last Call Liquor. 8th place is Yags 370 over at the Sidetrack with 93,000 points. 7th place is 69 T-Bird over at the Lookout Bar and Grill with 99,000 points. With 100,000 points, exactly 100,000 points in 6th place, it's Maggie over at the Heartland University. As Viddy at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley sits in 5th with 104,000 points. With 105,000 points in fourth place, we got Jer Bear at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill. As third place is Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville with 170,000 points. With 211,000 points in second place, we got Mimi over at the L&M Bar. As our number one player, it's no surprise here, it is Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with 360,000 Game Day Bingo points. It's honestly going to be weird when Call Me Jen isn't the number one Game Day Bingo player, because I assume the run has to stop at some point. But it's not going to stop this season as they continue to dominate.
Absolutely, and long may they reign. Congratulations to Call Me Jen, just showing what it takes to hold on to that first place spot for multiple seasons here with Pilot Games. Love to see it. On to the locations that each of you guys help out each time you choose to play there, as they get to earn some points as well. Hopping on into 10th place, we've got the Old Piper in Blaine. They currently sit with 160,000 points in 10th place. 9th place is Danny's Dugout with 183,000 points in 9th place. 8th place is Lookout Bar and Grill with 187,000 points. 196,000 points for 7th place, the Sidetrack. While in 6th place, we've got the Riverboat Depot with 218,000 points. With 254,000 points in 5th place, we have VFW Spring Lake Park. Ahead of them, in 4th place, we've got Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville with 258,000 points. 286,000 points for 3rd place, Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards, while in 2nd place, L&M Bar currently sits with 302,000 points so far on the season, and in 1st place, our number one location right now is JR Mac, home of our 1st place player Call Me Jen, as they currently sit with an accumulated total of 443,000 points.
Great job to you, JR Mac, and all of those awesome locations that have a lot of fun while playing these games of Game Day Bingo. If you're not playing this Game Day Bingo right here, I do suggest you checking out our e-tabs. We have over 70 different Charitable e-tab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games have small bets ranging from 50 cents to $5 with awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games. We'd love for you to check them out.
Absolutely, as we love highlighting all of our different eTab games we have here for you guys, as I will be highlighting Cash Mountain, the awesome eTab game where you climb Cash Mountain to win some monumental prizes, and if you're lucky, in the campsite bonus round, you can enter into Blizzard mode for extra free plays. It's super exciting, and so definitely go and check out Cash Mountain today.
And I'll be highlighting Pride of Minnesota. What's your favorite part of the state fair? Carnival games, rides, food,
yes,
people watching, or big cash prizes. You can find it all at Pride of Minnesota, an awesome eTap game. That's just some really great action there.
I have such serious FOMO about the Minnesota State Fair food. I watch yearly videos of people saying what they got to eat at the Minnesota State Fair food. It's honestly one of the most documented State Fair food eating places in the country. It is truly awesome what you guys do each and every August, as we used to highlight different foods that you could try at the Minnesota State Fair as we led up into that season, and it's something that I dearly miss and I want to try out.
Yeah, we got our split win here on our double Musco prize, $105.60. Getting split up between Goober as well as Patriot. Goober plays over at JB's Tavern, and Patriot plays over at VFW Blaine. Congratulations to both of our winners as we now get enrolled into this next game. This will be a game number 9 of Game Day Bingo. Game number 9 already of this Game Day Bingo action. Should continue to be a lot of fun as you guys just have a minute 30 to get enrolled into this upcoming game.
Absolutely. Continue to get enrolled in this next round and go and check out all the different eTab games we have to offer here, like that awesome Cash Mountain or Pride of Minnesota.
Yeah, as we get enrolled into this game of Wild Theme Game Day Bingo, we would like to move into some wild news, as they are 13-4-4 after
some wild territory, if you will.
Yeah. As they lost to the Winnipeg Jets 4-1 on Monday night, as the game between two of the Western Conference's best was underway. Kirill Kaprizov returned to the lineup after a one-game absence with a lower body injury, suffered Thursday in Edmonton. The NHL's number 2 scorer had a franchise record 11-game point streak snapped in the matchup. Not what we wanted to see. It was a tough game for us, but they're a good team, the Jets, as they are an 18-win team there. But we would have loved to see us be able to sneak away a win there, but just couldn't happen as we didn't even get any points there. I'm so used to us at least getting some points in an overtime loss. We were not able to force that overtime loss, but still at 13-4-4, I still think we sit at second place in the conference, which hopefully we could continue that success.
That's right, as we have another game coming up tomorrow, so we'll hope to just get momentum swinging our way as we go up against the Sabres at 6 p.m. Should be some really exciting stuff.
Yeah, I absolutely love the whole entire, just because last time we went over Sabres,
I was waiting for you to bring this up.
You made the classic Dunder Mifflin
I read it phonetically.
getting purchased by Sabre. Do you remember? And
No.
Dunder Mifflin's a part of Sabre. And then they're like, it doesn't rhyme if you do Sabre. And it's I'm trying to remember who was it. It was Andy and who's the redhead girl in it?
Oh, no. Kim? No.
No, that's her in a different Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what was her role in it. But it was them two, and they created a song for when they were getting purchased, when Dunder Mifflin was getting purchased by Sabre, and they read it phonetically as well and said Sabre, and so I think it's hilarious that you call it Sabre.
Well, I eat a lot of Sabre hummus, all right?
Are you sure it's not Sabre hummus?
Positive.
Positive.
Absolutely, 100%.
What if it is Sabre hummus, and you just have been calling it for so long that you're just so
It's not.
convinced?
It's not.
Are you sure?
I get so mad at you.
Well, tomorrow at the Sabres, the Wild will be playing at 6 p.m. Should be an interesting matchup. As you guys can send some luck out to our Minnesota Wild by playing the great Aaron and Andy made the song. But you can play our awesome E-Tab game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Wild for called Let's Go Wild. You can even check out the Slapshot bonus round to see if you can score yourself an awesome jackpot prize.
Absolutely, that is some great stuff. I do think that Andy and Aaron should have ended up together. Did they not?
I don't remember if they did.
I think they should have ended up together.
I can't remember. For as many times as I've watched through the entirety of The Office, the end of The Office is always a bit of a blur to me because I
remember how everyone else ends up, like...
Yeah, everyone else has very notable endings.
The other chick runs away with Ryan.
She does at the very end. She has the nurse or like the baby, like the person who takes care of babies, and then she runs away with him and leaves the baby with the guy. It's so bad.
Crazy.
It's not even her baby. It's Ryan's baby that they leave with him, which is absolutely insane. Now I need to.
Yeah. Well, we do have our winner here as Hayes over at the Prairie Grill in Bold takes home $30 on this must-go prize. Congratulations. Make sure to get enrolled in this next round as that minor jackpot will be back up at 56 balls or less, getting into this next game.
No, she ends with Pete. The
boyfriend that she broke up with numerous times?
No, Jim. The guy who is always compared to Jim.
Really?
Yeah, that he then starred in White Lotus later on in his career, the actor. Yeah, you never watched White Lotus.
Still can't picture him, but that's okay.
Yeah. I think he plays a character that is married to Alexandria Daddario in White Lotus.
Oh, yeah. I do know his character in White Lotus. I watched a couple episodes of that season.
Yeah.
Not a great character.
Only other thing I've ever seen him in outside.
Did you watch that?
I watched the first few episodes. That's about it. I've watched the first few episodes of both seasons and never got into it, and so just wasn't my type of show. But as we are getting after it right here, we would like to talk about some fun celebrities that were born on today. Before we get into celebrities, we'd like to give a quick shout out to any of you that were born on this November 26th. We shoot some luck out to you as we hope you take home some awesome jackpot prizes as you get along with it.
Absolutely. And actually, I want to shout out Ian as today is his birthday. Ripe 26 years old, so give him a shout out on today as well. As we continue highlighting some of these great celebrities also born on today, like how in 1908 we got Lefty Gomez. He is the American Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, 7-time MLB All-Star, 5-time World Series winner, won the Triple Crown in 1934 and again in 1937, all while playing with the New York Yankees.
Very impressive stuff. Vernon Lewis Gomez, nicknamed Lefty. He is a left-handed pitcher. Surprise, surprise there. He played for the Yankees and Senators during his time. 5-time World Series champ. Very impressive career there. Happy birthday to Lefty Gomez. I always like a good nickname. And Lefty, it's sweet, short, and it's easy to get after. I like that.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to Lefty.
Do you like a long nickname or one that's like real quick, short to
Short.
the point? You like Aunt Edwards. Do you think that's good, or do you think you wish there was like more of a nickname there than just like shortening up Anthony? Like his
Yeah, that feels
nickname's
weak.
Ant-Man.
See, Ant-Man is funny, but just calling him Ant isn't necessarily like a nickname.
Yeah, no, I get that. Do you have a favorite nickname of all time?
No.
You don't have one.
No. We highlight a lot of different all-time athletes with very fun nicknames, and I can't think of any of them. I did really like when I was a child, my mom called me Jinx. I liked being called that as a nickname. Because that's
very
not anywhere near my name, but
Mm-hmm.
I still really liked that.
Yeah. Big popular show now uses that name as one of their main characters, as League of Legends. I mean, first did it. But
I know, but people are saying that like they want nothing to do with being known as liking League of Legends, but they have like arcane tattoos and they love Jinx and Vi, and they are like,
well,
we're
Arcane.
separating it from League of Legends. It's not the same thing.
It is super funny to think of the fandoms together because they're very, very different
So
fandoms.
different.
But the show's really, really good. If you haven't seen it, if you like animated cartoon shows, there's no way you wouldn't like it, as it's just really well done. Next up, born on today in 1922, we got Charles M. Schulz, an American cartoonist who made the Peanuts, which is Charlie Brown.
Yes. Awesome stuff. Happy birthday to Charles M. Scholes. That is some awesome stuff. His nickname was Sparky. I like that.
That's a good one. He did. Obviously, Charlie Brown and Snoopy are the two most iconic characters from that. And his famous quote is, "Absent makes the heart grow fonder, but it sure makes the rest of you lonely."
Aw,
That's definitely a
it's true.
yeah, true statement. But happy birthday to Charles M. Schulz. Obviously, so many iconic works came from the Peanuts, from the cartoons to the then animated cartoons that were made from it that reign supreme when it comes to the holiday season, whether you're talking about the pumpkin, Charlie Brown Christmas, so
I was
many.
gonna say, anytime I see a little tiny tree with no leaves on it, I think of you.
Yeah, we do have a player, FRKM the Hip, over at American Legion Brainerd, taking home $32.90. Congratulations to you. As we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game will be getting after a minor jackpot at 58 balls or less. I know I'm excited to see who can end up taking home this prize, as me and Jordy only have 2 more games left with you to try and give out this awesome minor jackpot.
That's right. So happy birthday to Charles M. Scholes as we jump into our next celebrity birthday. Born on today in 1939, we've got an incredible name, Tina Turner. She is the American singer from Ike and Tina as they sang Proud Mary. She even went on to have a solo career where she sang, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" It's hard to say it without.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. She is the queen of rock and roll.
Huh.
She rose to prominence as the lead singer in the husband-wife duo Ike and Tina Turner before launching a successful solo career. The best. What's love got to do with it? You don't need another hero. So many other big works for Tina Turner that we can highlight here on today.
Proud Mary will always be my favorite.
Proud Mary. Mine's What's Love Got to Do with It. It's so good.
Yeah, I loved Proud Mary. I had dance routines to it, and then I remember when I was a kid and they started playing it and Flushed Away, I was like, this is the best soundtrack ever.
That's
It
so
had
funny.
everything from Bob Marley to her, and I was so happy.
It's so funny because usually when you have a dance routine to a song, you hate the song afterwards.
Yeah, it depends.
So it's very interesting to hear.
The ones
that
from my childhood, I have more of a love for. The dance routines that I had to do in middle school and high school.
you're like, I can't
hate.
listen to it again.
Hate those songs. They all chose mainstream songs, and I was just like, where is the classics? Because I grew up in a very classics dance studio. So it was a very different transition when I moved studios, and I didn't like the songs they chose.
That's funny. Well, Tina Turner, a classic born on today. Next up, born on today in 1956, we got Dale Jarrett, the American auto racer, won the Daytona 500 in 93, 96, and then again in 2000. NASCAR Winston Cup Series in 99, and was a broadcaster for ESPN, ABC, as well as NBC. A really, really fantastic racer that we get to highlight here on today.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to Dale Jarrett. This is an awesome one to celebrate on today. He is best known for winning the Daytona 500 3 times and winning the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship in 1999.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff there. Stopped racing in 2008, so he was racing for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday to Dale Jarrett. Next up, born on today in 1975, we got DJ Khaled, the American DJ, record producer, and rapper, who did I'm the One, Higher, and many other very iconic works. DJ Khaled is honestly more known for his just personality
I was gonna say, he
than
just
the
says
music he
some-
puts out there.
Stuff that gets quoted.
Yeah, yeah. He's such a funny personality out there. So,
Another one.
yeah. He's originally a Miami-based radio personality that ended up becoming a
Stop. I would
high-profile
have
celebrity.
loved that. Could you imagine, as like a native of Miami, you just listen to like a teenage DJ Khaled being like, "And up next, we got."
Yeah. He would have done. It makes sense. It feels like you're listening to a radio show guy when you're listening to him just talking, making all of his little quibs that he does. It's a fun one to highlight. Happy birthday
He should be
to
a
DJ
TV show
Khaled.
host.
He would be a hilarious TV show host.
He's a
Like
great on-screen personality.
DJ Khaled's Cribs.
Yeah, or like something. I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, another one. It would be so good. So
DJ
good.
Khaled's Pimp My Ride.
If he was like a judge on one of the singing shows,
Oh.
that would be pretty funny. I think he'd be pretty funny as one of those
Yeah.
judges, like America's Got Talent or something like that. I think he'd kill it. I think they
The
just
Masked
got.
Singer.
Yeah, I think
He's probably been one.
he might have.
We're talking about already tapped into bases.
Yeah,
Whatever.
absolutely.
Happy birthday to DJ Khaled.
We're coming to a close of this game right here, and as we finish up this one, I'll just quickly go over this one before we talk about it. We got 1988, born on today, half-poor Julius Borgnarsson. Borgsson, an Icelandic weightlifter, world's strongest man in 2018, deadlifted the world record of 501 kilograms in 2020, and is most known probably as the actor in Game of Thrones, The Mountain.
We do have a player at Carboni's Pizzeria and Grill Rosemont taking home $44 here in this great round. Make sure to get enrolled in this next game, as we will only be here live for one more game. And you absolutely want to be a part of it, as we have that minor jackpot sitting at 60 balls or less getting into this next game. Super exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, The Mountain is absolutely insane because usually when they're actors, they're not actually nearly as big as they portray, but they just hired someone in that role that is actually that large because he's 6'9", 430 pounds. You don't need to do any kind of camera work, anything kind of special to make him look like the massive human being he is. I'm pretty sure he was like a professional basketball player before before he ended up becoming like, and
The
he's
professional strongman.
before he ended up gaining all this kind of weight.
Crazy.
Yeah, as he's like super
In
skinny.
a span of 4 years, he became what he is now.
Yeah, it got absolutely huge.
Looks just like
in the
a
span of
normal
time.
college kid in 2014.
That was a 6'9" college professional basketball player, and then just
Crazy.
bloomed into the giant human being he is. I absolutely
Awesome stuff.
one of the few reasons that I want to watch Game of Thrones is because of his character, the Mountain.
Awesome stuff. Well, happy birthday to that awesome actor on today. In 1990, we have our final celebrity birthday. Born on today, Rita Ora. She is the British Kosovan singer-songwriter who did Hot Right Now and Let You Love Me.
Yeah,
She's an actress as well.
oh yeah. She is in a few things. So she acts in Descendants movies, 50 Shades of Grey, Detective Pikachu, and other fun works as well. Big time rose to prominence as when she featured on DJ Fresh's 2012 single "Hot Right Now," which peaked atop of the UK single charts.
Yeah, she has sang a lot of songs for different
Oh, wow.
soundtracks, and so I think that's where a lot of her recognition comes from. But what?
She's married to now a very famous like filmmaker actor, in. So just was surprised by that.
That's probably why she's got more appearances in films now.
Yeah. Oh, well, happy birthday to Rita Ora, born on today in 1990. Fun little slew of celebrity birthdays born on today. As we get after it in this final game right here, I would like to remind you about a game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Twins for. That E-Tab game is called Twins Win. You can even check out the Home Run Derby bonus round in that matchup, where if you pick out the lucky batter, you'll be taking home some awesome Grand Slam prizes. It's definitely a great time there, worthy of trying to check it out.
Absolutely. Some really awesome stuff. Make sure you guys have a lot of fun and stick around today, though, as we have a lot of more bingo on the line for you today. And as we are in this last round here, we're going to highlight the top 5 players and locations for the PGL side of things, as we definitely want to highlight those lucky players. As in 5th place, we got Nelly at Brian's Bar and Grill with 1,331,000 points. 4th place is Keese at the Midtown Bar and Grill with 1,341,000. 3rd place is Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill with 1,362,000. 1,456,000 for 2nd place, Bazzy Blings, while in 1st we got none other than Hermie at the Atomic Star Tavern with 1,773,000.
Now to our top 5 PGL locations. 5th place is the Midtown Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 1,940,000 points. With 1,953,000 points in 4th place, we got the Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. 3rd place is the Boulevard Bar and Grill, Coon Rapids, with 2,045,000 points. As the 3rd Crossing Bar and Grill in Frazee sits in 2nd with 2,096,000 points. With 2,655,000 points in 1st place, the number 1 location to play PGL action, it is the Underground Bar and Grill in Mankato.
Well, make sure you guys come on out and get primed and ready for that awesome PGL matchup coming to you tonight at 6:40 and then one coming to you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And ensure you're signed up at PGL.World today and a member of the Pilot Gambling League to earn those PGL points. We would love to see you come on out and try your hand at taking them home for yourself.
As we finish up this game, I do have a player spotlight as Jay Swizzy over at the Prairie's Grill and Bowl took home $9 grand this past weekend. Over at the Prairie Grill and Bowl, they support the Belle Plaine Friends of the Library. Their mission is to promote the Belle Plaine Public Library and education. A really important charity there.
Awesome stuff to Jay Swizzy, as we've got Maggie here at Lyle Liquor. They get to take home that minor jackpot prize, $242. Congratulations there. Make sure you guys stick around, have a blast, and remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.